Hi guys, so my name is Rebecca Olson, however I usually just go by Becca. I've been athletic trainer since April of 2016. I took my BOC in March last year and actually got the results that we passed about 4 days before graduation. So I graduated last April from George Fox University, which is a private Christian school in Newberg, Oregon, which is like 20 miles outside of Portland. So after graduation, I moved home and moved back to California and been living in Visalia for the last year. If you know Fresno, Visalia is about 40 minutes south of there. It's right smack dab in between Fresno and Bakersfield. So I will begin my second year as the athletic trainer at Redwood High School in the fall. We're a public school here in Visalia with about 2,300 kids. I have about 400 athletes right now, and that number will probably jump a little bit. We have a massive freshman class of 700 coming in, so it's going to be a big jump for us. But so my dream job right now is probably to work with either a semi-professional team or a professional team of some sort. I would love to work for the Portland Thorns. They're a professional women's soccer team in Portland. I think it would just be a really, really cool experience. Also, I think it would be really awesome to work with a minor league baseball team. Single A, triple A, high A, anything kind of like that would be kind of awesome. I played softball for 19 years, which concluded with playing in college. So it's kind of, baseball and softball is a sport that's very near and dear to my heart. But right now, I'm really enjoying working with high school students. They're a different kind of group, and they're a lot of fun. I was introduced to athletic training when I was a junior in high school, so it's kind of been something, a population that I've been really passionate about, and we've kind of been working towards developing a sports medicine program at Redwood. So it's kind of something that's a cool thing that's kind of coming up. So I would say that my biggest challenge in the return to play is probably keeping the kids motivated. Usually when athletes go to the doctor and the doctor says you're cleared, usually with high school students, they stop listening. So they'll come back and say, oh, I'm cleared, when they're really not. So it's hard to keep them motivated sometimes. We found that this year it was difficult to keep kids coming in for their rehab when either their sport ended or they were transitioning to a different sport, or when the doctor said you're cleared. So I try to combat this by making the athletic training room a really fun place to be. I like to be there. I like to have fun. So I try to make it fun for them as well. One thing that they love is I have a mini basketball hoop that I actually kind of inherited through college. So they love to play that. They love to have tournaments. They had a 2v2 tournament right before Christmas break. So I found that it's a lot easier to get kids to come in. Kids feel a lot more comfortable to come in and talk and ask for something when they know it's a fun and safe environment. They've definitely learned that they can have as much fun as they want as long as they get in, get their rehab done, and kind of get down to business. So one thing that I really hope to learn through this class is just more about the ever-evolving world of rehab and kind of all that kind of stuff. We touched a little bit on it in undergrad, but I'm really looking forward to kind of expanding my knowledge and growing in this area, as it can kind of be an area that I kind of struggle in. So with my faith being at the public school setting, I'm not allowed to openly express what I believe, but if athletes bring up things or ask questions, I'm totally allowed to kind of continue that and answer what they may have asked. One thing that I try to do is be an example through my actions and specifically my words. With high school students, they say anything and everything, so I find it very important to set a good example for them, to have a good mouth and always be positive, that kind of thing. One other thing is I always try to have humbleness in victory and, character in defeat. This is something that is very hard sometimes for high schoolers to learn. So when they have adults or coaches or even an athletic trainer who's giving that example, it makes it easier for them to learn kind of. So that's another thing that I try to do. Well, for fun, I got a puppy in February, so I like to hang out with her. In my other free time, I spend a lot of time in the pool because 110 degrees over the summer is not the business. I also have a group of about 6 to 8-year-olds right now that I teach softball lessons to through a local baseball academy in Visalia. So I love to do that. I love spending time with them. I'm hoping to get back into coaching little kids here in the next couple of years. I also try to like to get back up to Oregon as much as I can when I have extended days off, extended periods of time off. I love to get up there during basketball season. One of my best friends is a starter for our nationally ranked basketball team, so I really try to get up there and see all of her games and stuff like that. But other than that, I really enjoy the typical going to the beach, going to the mountains, and sleeping. So I look forward to seeing everybody else's videos, and I hope that if you're in the Central Valley, you are staying cool.